humanoid robots are evolving fast. And just recently, 3 major breakthroughs dropped, each from a different company, each pushing the boundaries of what's possible. These aren't concept sketches. These are real physical machines doing things that would have sounded like science fiction just a year ago. We're starting off with a company that just unleashed 2 mind-blowing machines. One of them based on ancient Chinese mythology and the other built to maneuver like a martial arts master. Then we'll shift to a major upgrade from LimX Dynamics, whose latest humanoid is moving smoother and smarter than ever. And finally, you've got to see what PNDbotics just revealed. A humanoid robot assistant performing real office tasks with such fluid motion, it's hard to believe it's not fully autonomous. Welcome back, guys. Alfie here with 3 major breakthroughs. Agibot Superbot X2N and LimX CL3 showing off next-level mobility. Atom by PNDbotics seen performing office assistant tasks in a new demo, and LimX CL3 upgrade. You're watching the AI Nexus, and as always, we're here to bring you every step of the future. Let's go. Agibot didn't just release 1 update, they dropped 2, and both are seriously impressive. Let's start with the X2N, which is clearly Agibot's most ambitious humanoid robot to date. Inspired by Nezha, a warrior figure from Chinese mythology known for speed and firepower, this robot isn't just walking, it's transforming. The X2N is capable of 2 completely different modes of mobility. In one go, it walks on 2 legs like your standard humanoid robot. But with a single motion, it shifts into wheeled mode, rolling forward with incredible speed and precision. That combination gives it something we haven't seen before: the adaptability to move through complex spaces with either balance-based walking or rapid wheel-based cruising. This is huge. Why? Because traditional bipedal robots are still relatively slow and energy-intensive. But wheels? They offer speed and efficiency, but usually sacrifice the ability to handle rough terrain or stairs. The X2N solves both problems in one body. And it's not just switching modes, it's seamlessly transitioning mid-movement. In the latest demo, the robot effortlessly walked toward an obstacle, dropped into wheel mode, rolled around it, and then transitioned back to walking to finish the route. Smooth, fast, functional. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Agibot also dropped an update to their LimX CL3 humanoid robot. This one focuses more on agility and balance, and honestly, the improvements are hard to ignore. In the new footage, LimX CL3 shows refined joint articulation, more fluid motion, and tighter center of mass control than we've seen before. One demo shows it stepping through narrow spaces, adjusting its weight in real time, and even responding to soft shoves without losing balance. And here's where it gets even better. This robot's motions look almost human. The arm movements aren't robotic, they're graceful. You can see the torque control improving. The balance algorithms are working overtime, and it shows. It's clear Agibot is closing in on something big. So between the myth-inspired transformable X2N and the agile real-world-ready LimX CL3, Agibot just became a serious contender in the humanoid robotics race. But the momentum doesn't stop there. Because if you thought that was impressive, wait until you see what LimX Dynamics just did with its CL3 humanoid. This upgrade isn't just cosmetic, it's a whole new beast. LimX Dynamics just dropped a brand new showcase of its CL3 humanoid robot. And if you've been following their work, you'll immediately notice the difference. We're talking about significantly better stability, dynamic balance, and real-world mobility. The old CL3 already showed potential, but this version? It looks like something that could walk straight into a warehouse or a disaster zone and start working today. Let's break down what changed. First off, movement fluidity. In the new demo, CL3 is shown walking across uneven surfaces with a level of confidence we haven't seen before. The feet adjust in real time to shifts in elevation. The knees bend more naturally, and it's not overcorrecting or wobbling, it's adapting on the fly. The robot also showed off quick reactive balance control. During one segment, engineers gave it a small push while it was walking. The response? A fast, calculated adjustment of the legs and arms to keep its posture upright, just like a human catching themselves after a misstep. This is critical, because in the real world, robots don't operate in pristine labs. They walk across cluttered floors, through unpredictable terrain, and alongside unpredictable humans. So seeing the CL3 move with this kind of real-time reactivity shows just how far LimX has come. But that's not all. There's a new joint design visible in the arms and hips, allowing for more fluid motion and a greater range of movement. In one segment, CL3 reaches out to grasp a lightweight object and hands it over to a human operator with impressive precision. That level of coordination isn't just eye candy, it's essential for collaboration. It's how robots will be able to safely and efficiently interact with humans in co-working environments. LimX Dynamics is clearly aiming to make CL3 field-ready, and they're getting closer by the day. If they continue progressing at this rate, we might see CL3 deployed in logistics, security, or even healthcare roles sooner than expected. But let's keep this momentum going, because the last update, it might just be the most human one of all. Get ready to meet Adam, a humanoid assistant that's eerily natural in how it moves, and even more intriguing in how it works. PNDbotics just released footage of their new humanoid robot named Adam, and it's making waves across the robotics community. Now let's be clear, Adam isn't fully autonomous. Based on what we're seeing, it appears to be teleoperated, meaning a human is controlling it remotely. But even knowing that, the execution is incredible. Adam is shown in a workplace environment, performing assistant tasks like navigating between desks, picking up and organizing documents, interacting with objects on tables, even mimicking basic human gestures while responding to virtual cues. What's catching everyone's attention isn't just what Adam does, it's how it does it. The motions are clean, the arms don't jerk around, the gait is smooth. The head turns in ways that suggest it's aware of its surroundings. In fact, if you were to see this demo without knowing it was teleoperated, you might assume it had onboard AI running the show. This is the power of good motion mapping and responsive control loops. It doesn't matter if there's a human operator behind the scenes. What matters is the interface is so refined, the result looks almost autonomous. And that's a big deal, because telepresence robotics, robots that extend human presence into remote environments, are expected to play a massive role in everything from elder care to disaster response. Having a robot that feels human in both appearance and motion could be the difference between adoption and rejection in real-world settings. Now, Adam isn't the first telepresence humanoid, but it might be the most realistic we've seen so far in this form factor. One interesting touch? Adam's hands. They seem to have multi-degree articulation, allowing for detailed manipulation of objects. In one clip, Adam adjusts the position of a stapler, picks up a pen, and presses a button on a keyboard. These are micro-movements, but they show the finesse of the system. Now imagine this same robot being controlled by a remote worker halfway across the globe. Suddenly, your office assistant could be on another continent, but function as if they were right there beside you. That's the future PNDbotics seems to be aiming for, and Adam is a strong first step toward that goal. So let's recap. Agibot kicked things off with two incredible humanoids. The X2N with dual-mode mobility inspired by mythology, and the upgraded LimX CL3 showing tight balance and coordination. Then LimX Dynamics stunned us with a significantly improved CL3 that looks ready to take on complex real-world environments. And finally, PNDbotics introduced Adam, a telepresence humanoid so fluid, you might mistake it for a fully autonomous assistant. 3 companies, 3 radically different takes on the humanoid future. And yet, all of them are pointing toward the same trend. Robots are getting faster, smarter, smoother, and more integrated into human spaces. And here's what's wild. We're only halfway through the year. If this is what the state of humanoid robotics looks like in July, imagine what we'll be seeing by December. The pace is accelerating, and every week feels like a new leap forward. So if you're fascinated by the rise of intelligent machines and how they're beginning to walk, roll, and work alongside us, you'll definitely want to stay tuned, because something big is coming. And these latest updates? They're just the beginning. Optimus just took a giant leap forward, and this time, it's not just about smarter software or stronger hardware. Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell in Neuralink's 2025 summer update that connects 2 of his most ambitious projects, Neuralink and Tesla Optimus, in a way that feels straight out of science fiction. but it's real. Right now, here's the core of it. Anyone with a Neuralink chip can now control a Tesla Optimus robot using only their mind. Let that sink in. This is no longer a theoretical possibility. It's happening. And the implications? They're enormous, not just for robotics or neuroscience, but for what it means to be human in a machine-powered world. So let's break this down. In this year's Neuralink update, we met Alex, a patient who suffered a spinal cord injury. Before Neuralink, he couldn't write, couldn't draw. That part of his life was just gone. But now, with a Neuralink chip in his brain and a robotic arm linked to that chip, he can write again. He can play rock, paper, scissors using a robotic hand displayed on a screen. Each finger controlled in real time, directly from his thoughts. And here's where it gets wild. This robotic hand he's controlling? It's not just some medical tool. It's a prototype from the Tesla Optimus robot. The same humanoid robot Elon Musk wants to mass produce and roll out into homes, factories, and offices around the world. Alex, through Neuralink, is directly controlling Optimus hardware. We've just crossed the threshold where a human brain and a humanoid robot can operate as one. The barrier between biology and machine is getting thinner, fast. Now Musk isn't stopping there. He says the vision is full body control. You could think of moving an arm, and Optimus moves it. Think of walking, and Optimus walks. Want to cook dinner, clean the living room, carry heavy tools? With Optimus, you could perform any of those tasks, just by thinking them. This is physical telepresence, and this isn't just some vague roadmap. Neuralink has already shown the proof of concept with Alex's robotic hand. The next step? Full-body Optimus integration. We're not talking about replacing humans with robots. We're talking about empowering people, especially those who've lost physical capabilities, with robotic extensions they control as naturally as breathing. This changes everything for people with disabilities. Imagine a person who's paralyzed, who hasn't walked in years, suddenly gaining the ability to move again, not because we've restored their limbs, but because we've given them a robotic body controlled by their mind. This isn't science fiction anymore. Let's talk about the science behind this, because it's nothing short of mind-blowing. Neuralink's chip reads electrical signals from the brain, specifically from the neurons that fire when you think about moving. Those signals are decoded in real time, then translated into motor commands that drive robotic hardware. This is more than just pressing buttons or using eye tracking systems. It's the brain communicating directly with the machine. In Alex's case, when he thinks about curling a finger or drawing a letter, his brain sends out patterns of activity that Neuralink decodes. The decoded signal is then used to control the robotic fingers or pen. There's no delay. It's fluid. It's intuitive. But Optimus adds a whole new dimension. It's not just a hand. It's a full humanoid robot capable of walking, grasping, balancing, and lifting. When you combine Neuralink's decoding with Optimus's physical capabilities, you get something truly transformative. A human mind with a mechanical body that never tires, never weakens, and never forgets. Now think about what this means for elderly individuals. As people age, mobility becomes a daily struggle. Lifting objects, climbing stairs, or even just opening a jar can become exhausting or impossible. But what if they had access to Optimus? Not just a robot that works for them, but a robot that becomes an extension of them. A robotic arm that helps pour tea without spilling it. Legs that help them climb stairs by proxy. Hands that help tie shoelaces, hold grandchildren, even paint a canvas again, all by thought. It's not about replacing the human body. It's about enhancing it where biology starts to fall short. This is the promise of Neuralink plus Optimus. And here's something Elon Musk hinted at, which could be the biggest breakthrough of all. Neuralink isn't just about controlling robots. It's also about healing. Musk believes that one day, Neuralink could reconnect damaged pathways in the spinal cord, essentially reactivating the brain's natural communication with the body. If successful, this would mean that people with paralysis might not even need a robotic body. They could regain full use of their own. But while that's still in development, the Optimus interface offers a bridge. A person who can't walk could send movement commands from their brain to an Optimus unit, One in their home, their office, even across the world. This means you could be present somewhere, physically, without actually being there. You could attend a concert, give a keynote, or dance with your partner. Through a robot by thought alone. It's like teleportation, but real. And the potential doesn't stop with individuals. Imagine teams of humans controlling fleets of Optimus robots in factories, warehouses, or construction sites, all through thought. No need for bulky exoskeletons or complex controls. Just one person, linked to one robot, or many. Hospitals could have expert surgeons control Optimus units remotely for emergency procedures in remote areas. Disaster zones could be navigated by robots with human brains behind them, able to make real-time decisions using the human mind's unmatched adaptability. Suddenly, geography doesn't matter. Physical limitations don't matter. You just think, and Optimus acts. That's power. That's freedom. Now, let's bring this back to reality. How far are we from this future? Well, we're already seeing the first steps. Neuralink's real-time brain decoding is no longer a lab demo. It's working in human patients. The robotic hand is functional. The next logical leap is integrating that control into full-body Optimus robots. And here's where Tesla's advantage comes in. Tesla isn't just building Optimus in isolation. They're using their vast manufacturing infrastructure, gigafactories, automation systems, supply chains, to make Optimus scalable and affordable. And they're constantly updating it. With each new version, Optimus becomes faster, more agile, and more capable of mimicking human motion. The software side is advancing too. Tesla's Dojo AI training supercomputer and real-world video data collection are powering Optimus's ability to understand and navigate physical environments. So when Neuralink plugs into Optimus, it's not just giving Optimus a brain, it's giving a human brain access to one of the most advanced robotic bodies ever created. Let's also talk about how personal this could get. A user might customize their Optimus avatar. Height, skin tone, voice, facial expressions. Your robotic proxy could reflect your identity, your personality, even your style. And since it's brain-controlled, every gesture, every pause, every glance is yours. You wouldn't just be piloting a machine, you'd be expressing yourself through it. Think of what that means for people who've been unable to express themselves for years. Suddenly, they have a body again, a voice, a presence. That's not just technological advancement, that's human dignity restored. There's also something quietly profound about the emotional layer here. Alex wasn't just playing a game or scribbling words, he was creating, expressing, connecting. With a machine hand, yes, but powered by his human will. That's what makes this update so powerful. Elon Musk and his teams at Neuralink and Tesla aren't just building tools, they're building bridges between humans and machines, between thought and action, between people and their lost abilities. And that's the real headline here. This isn't just Optimus with a brain. It's Optimus with your brain, your memories, your intentions, your creativity, all flowing through a robotic vessel that can carry them into the world. It's a new definition of what it means to be alive, to be present, to act. Now, will this be widely available tomorrow? No. There are still big hurdles. Regulatory, ethical, medical. Neuralink's brain interface must go through years of testing to prove it's safe and effective at scale. The Optimus robot must become more robust and affordable to enter millions of homes. And there's the challenge of merging these systems in ways that feel natural, intuitive, and reliable for all users. But the path forward is now visible. The foundation is laid. We've seen the demos. We've seen the connection. The human brain can talk to Optimus, and Optimus listens. In a way, we're witnessing the birth of a new kind of intelligence, embodied intelligence. Not just artificial intelligence acting on its own, but human consciousness expanding through physical machines. And it raises a profound question. If your mind can live beyond your body, where does you end and the machine begin? That question might take decades to fully answer. But today, we're not debating philosophy. We're watching Alex write. We're watching Optimus move. And we're seeing the walls come down between mind and machine. Elon Musk just made one thing very clear. The future isn't about replacing humans with robots. It's about giving humans more ways to be human.